Hello, and welcome to my podcast show called the Spiritually Divine and Inclined Podcast, where we can feel free to speak on everything under the sky, okay, that leads back to the spirit. So, today, which is my first actual podcast of starting anew, I wanted to start talking about accountability. And it's just because of the simple fact I've noticed in my time of healing, during my spiritual journey, my little walk, that, you have to take accountability. Excuse me, you guys. Accountability. You have to take accountability for your wrongs, for your actions. That's the only way that you can really see your flaws. So that you know that, okay, I had these flaws. With these flaws, I know I could work on that. And once you acknowledge your flaws and you work on it, that's what makes you become better. So, and then not only that, as part of healing, I don't know about y'all, but I'm tired of meaningless relationships. I don't care if it's a coworker, to family members, to a loved one, honey. I'm just saying, I don't know about y'all, but me personally, I am so tired of meaningless relationships. But I learned when you take accountability, that helps you heal, that helps you unlock that true love for yourself to say, you know what, I won't stand for any more disrespectful relationships or me pouring too much into the relationship and the other person not. And I just think that for my podcast show, for the first couple of episodes, I'm just going to talk about accountability. And you don't even have to make the show even that long. Because this right now, this is just the introduction to bring you all of something of what I'm going to be bringing to the table. And right now, I want us to focus on accountability, okay? We have accountability. Our roads and our paths will be leveled way more. Trust me. And like I said, I'm speaking from experience. But I just want us all to start with the homework of accountability, with that thought on our brain, until I bring an actual episode for you guys. This is just really just a tester to see, if I felt like felt free to be vulnerable, to just speak to you guys. And I feel like I can, because I'm going to have a story for you guys next time for accountability. And I always use my own life experiences. I don't say names. And if any of the people that I'm talking about watches or listens, then honey, then you know where you need to stand accountability at on your wrongs, because you wouldn't feel guilty if it wasn't you. And I might not even be talking about you, which means you still wronged me somewhere in the past if you feel some type of way, which means you need to hold yourself accountable for your flaws and mess ups. By the way, people, I'm just going to give y'all a whole spit spat on me. I like to do sidebars or side notes. I like to go and talk about other stuff that comes to me. I'm also a seer, a channeler. I do tarot readings. I also sell spiritual goods. I also have crystal jewelry I make that I also sell. I don't make all my crystal jewelry, but I do sell crystal jewelry. I do sell jewelry. I have a little chop shop. It's called Tax Boutique and Things. And you can find me right now just on Etsy. But yes, ladies and gents, my goddesses, my gods, in general, we're all gods if we're walking in our divine path. So I just want to let y'all know that I'm here to try to keep us on our journey and keep us our head above the water from that drowning feeling, you know. And a lot of us get used to sinking, but when you can't breathe, it becomes a problem. So y'all gonna have to catch that one, okay? A lot of us are used to being in a dark place, but when we start can't breathing, it's hard to try to daggone stay calm, cool, and collective and not panic. So I'm gonna try to do my best to make sure that I keep us from panicking. And notice I'm part of the collective. So I say keep us from panicking. So until next time, my ladies and gents, like I said, this is just a little slight introduction of my podcast. And I just kind of wanted to see as this being my trial. You know how memberships get trial runs? Well, just think about it. You ain't even have to subscribe to this membership. Now, you could join if you like, so you can stay up to date on all that we discuss over here. Because I do plan to have special guests as well sometimes. And I do plan to have special event talks. So, therefore, I pray that you all enjoy this podcast show. And remember, this is the spiritually divine and inclined, where we stay on our spiritual divine path, but we also use our brains and our thoughts and on an emotional, intelligent level. Okay? So until next time, and remember your goddess, this is Spiritually Divine Teek, and that's Teek. Okay? And I will talk to you guys next time. And I promise, if y'all like this, I will drop y'all a whole story vibe on accountability very soon. Okay? Love y'all and y'all stay blessed.